What's up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Another Vibe, episode 5. And on this episode, the hybrid comes through. Another vibe. Another vibe. Another vibe. Another vibe.
Yeah, boy, what up?
Yeah, what up?
If you're not fidget spinning, you're missing out.
Damn.
Missing out on the fidget spin.
You're missing out on the trend.
You know why? Because I'm stressing.
If they don't know what a fidget spin is, Carlos, explain to them what the fuck that is, man.
And what it does and what it helps
but
with.
real quick, before you get into that, somebody was telling me they were watching this shit, and they're like, hey, a little bit of advice, like, you guys want to, like, say your names, because I always forget, too. Like, I always forget to just throw that, like, oh, shit, I'm Daniel.
I'm just assuming they know me. My bad. I'm Matt. This is Daniel. And now you know this is the hybrid.
Carlos.
Right. Carlos. So, you know, sorry. We'll do that a lot better. I mean, we're just, again, it's episode 5. What are you expecting? I mean, we're still learning the ins and outs of all
And
this.
then we're still, like, we're producing. We're trying to make, like, the intro. Like, we still got a lot of other things coming up. So, you know, just bear with us.
Yeah. You'll learn our names to where we don't have to say it, but we'll do it. All right. So I'm Matt, Daniel. Yeah. And you'll get the
Carlos, the hybrid.
But, so tell them about this fidget spinning, man. What's all this about?
Why are you so obsessed with it, man?
Because I like to work with my hands, and I'm stressing. I don't have autism, but I have stress.
So that's what, like, does it create money for autism, or it's like it's for autism?
It's to like help distract people. It's kind of like those 3 balls that you spin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like that.
I used to want those.
So all you do is just spin it with your fingers?
I just spin it with the same hand.
Okay.
And if like,
I'm telling you, it's like a tech deck back in the day. Like it seems like one of those things where you just like, because tech deck was all with your hands. Yeah. You just skateboarding with your fingers.
I couldn't tech deck with 2 fingers.
I could do a couple of tricks, but other than that, it was like. But I heard it was like a stress relief as well.
I've actually never fucked with it. Let me see.
It's hell tight.
Fidget spin.
Wow.
It's like a new trend that I barely have discovered.
Fine. If you guys don't like the fidget spin, see, I like to do this. Gotta fuck with the hand grip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's looking at all the gadgets and gizmos.
Yo, what else you got in those pockets, man?
I have another hand grip, but I just didn't bring it.
Man,
This is what you got. You see, if you're stressing, like, you gotta carry some toys with you.
So why you stressing, man?
Life is hard, dude.
Life is hard, no doubt.
Lots of
about
changes are happening, and it's crazy.
yeah. I mean, like someone from our high school class,
2 people
committed suicide.
Oh yeah, one guy committed suicide.
I mean, that's just like
It's
that just shows you how hard life is. That people can't even like come out in the light and be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this," and I don't know what to do. And like, we're not even at that point anymore.
It's tough because you, in your own life, you realize like you have like your moments where you're scared to do something, whether it's like go up to someone, say something, or do an action or whatever. But when somebody gets to a point where they actually just give up on life, where they're all like, yeah, I think I'm done with this. Like, that is a moment I've never had in my life, but I can only imagine how devastating it must be.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, have you ever felt like close to that? Like, have you guys ever felt like, man, like
I've had thoughts.
I mean, we've all had like hard things in our lives. I think everyone has, but it's like, have you ever gone as far as like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, but then you just winded up not doing it? Like, you ever felt that?
I've had thoughts. I haven't had like, I just thought about doing it, and then
I thought it would be like,
and like when you go when you go to a parking garage, you just look over.
Yeah.
You just think about like, what if I just jumped?
Yeah.
But,
I get what you're saying.
But I have to actually consider that actually being a choice for me now.
Like when I first got out of high school, I used to think about, I was so curious about like dying. Like, I was like, it used to fascinate me. Like, it didn't scare me. I was like, man, what is it like? Yeah, what is it like? And I was like, what if I kill myself and see what it's like? So
It's all for experimentation.
It's all like, I'll be back.
I'm not sad. I'm not sad.
You know what's crazy? I actually know of a little kid who choked himself to see what it felt like.
Dang, so he's into pain.
And he's actually like,
people like that sexually.
He's a little 9-year-old, and he just choked himself, and like his mom caught him doing it and stopped him, and she was like crying, asking him. Well, that told me.
Do you
she
think
was
that's
crying.
an issue, or do you think that's
he said he did it out of curiosity.
And I kind of believe him.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because a lot of times, like, as you're growing up, I was curious about little things. Like, sometimes I'll be like, would that really shock me if I put like a fork in that outlet and shit? Like maybe it's like it's curious because you're like, is that real? Like, oh damn, it's real. Like now it's like I won't fuck with it. So like I can understand. Never thought of that. Like I can understand like the curiosity of a kid growing up. Like how would it be if I get choked out or some shit? Like it's curiosity.
Oh, when people used to,
but it could get dangerous.
That trend when people used to choke. Remember we choked ourselves out, or
yeah.
With her, we choked ourselves.
We were at a party and everybody was just like, basically you just like you inhale like.
And then you cut
until
off
for like 20 seconds, right? And then somebody comes and chokes you out.
And it cuts off your you cut off the
why?
Because we were dumb and curious.
And then people actually started like dying from that.
Damn.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude, you could die from
with
that
bad
shit.
hearts or bad lungs or overweight. Like, they probably can't even handle that.
That was crazy.
They probably couldn't even get to the 20 breaths. They're just like, oh god, like halfway. They're just like, damn, never mind. This thing's intense. But yeah, like death used to fascinate me so much that like I didn't think like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself and give it a shot. But it was like, I'd be like, man, if I just were to like be gone, like what would happen? What like it would just
I've thought
blow
of that,
my
like
mind.
what would happen if like I actually was gone. But I realized it'd probably be a sad thing.
I mean,
it's always a sad thing when people kill
I would
themselves.
want people to care if I died, but like, I actually am that thing. I'm that person where I don't want you to be sad. Like I want you to do more now. Like I would want like the people I care about. Hey, you better like realize that. You know what I'm saying, or something. Like
I think
like,
when
that's the way I would
when you
look
take your own life, it's sad because that's like a hard decision.
Yeah, it's a little more sadder when if you
that's
take
a hard
your own life.
I think that's like a hard decision. Like damn.
For me, and this is just me because I don't know, but I think it's a sad thing for us right now because we don't know. It's unknown. Death is unknown. Like we don't know what happens after death. So we kind of just presume like when you kill yourself, whether it's a sad situation or not, it's still a sad thing because we don't know what happens to you after death.
And we're in our mid-20s, so we're having that mid-20s crisis. At least I am. That's why I'm fidget spinning.
So I mean,
do you think there's gonna be a point in life where we know what happens when you die?
For me, I feel like I'm
when
trying to find answers to get closer to knowing why. Now, will I ever find out truly? I don't know, but I want to.
My perspective on death changed a little bit when I heard
when you jumped off the roof and you survived. You're like, all right, I think I understand now.
Don't do this.
It fucking hurts.
Like it's more of like when I hear the thing about like when you wake up, or when you go to sleep, it's like you die every day. When I think about that, it's like we kind of do die every day. It's just more of like if you come back or not. Right, so that's the thing that like makes things different. For people. So
I agree.
It makes it less curiosity for me thinking that like I go to sleep every night. It's like I'm practically dead. Like you know what I mean?
You
like,
have some crazy dreams.
Your dreams are
it's funny because I actually had like a couple days ago I had a dream you were in it, and then another dream like day after or before you were in it.
Were we fucking?
No.
We weren't together.
You said something about you. I texted and you said 3 to 4 weeks, and then I forgot what you told me.
Interesting.
So we weren't together.
I don't know. I don't even know. I felt like I was looking at you through a screen and you were talking to me.
some live shit. Some.
I'm talking to you like through a TV. It's like a horror scene. And it's just like I'm like, "What's up, Carlos?"
And then like because that happened the day before the movies. One of those like I don't know what order happened those dreams.
Interesting. 3 to 4 weeks, huh?
You said 3 to 4 weeks.
So it's been a week now.
What?
It's been a week
since
that dream.
No, it happened day before yesterday.
Oh wow!
Before the movies yesterday.
Dream,
okay.
I don't know what order happened, and then the other dream was the day before that one.
Oh okay.
So
something's about to go down for days.
Early July.
Yeah, yesterday all of a sudden we go watch Wonder Woman.
That was a great movie, by the way. Great movie, by the way.
Look at it. Come on now.
He's watched it 3-4 times.
I'm about to watch it a 4th time right now after this.
Oh, that's why you're
it's so good. Yeah.
Jesus.
Batman vs Superman 6 times, Man of Steel 3 times, Wonder Woman 4 times so far, and Suicide Squad twice. It was okay, but fuck with your boy.
I'm supposed to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, man.
I have not seen that yet, but I will see that.
I'll see it too. Logan, I watched it 3 times as well.
Oh, I'm about to rent that one tonight.
Logan was amazing. Superheroes are amazing, man. I'm telling you.
See,
they go way too deep in these movies.
That's why, like when you sorry to cut you off,
no, you're good.
But like when you said like, have you ever thought about like suicide or anything? Like it's not like. You know how you guys say like you look at something, you're like, oh, that would be interesting to like jump off or run in front of a car and all that. You guys know about my story. Like I went through a depression, and it's not that I felt suicidal, but it's like I can see like the road. Like it's like I'm at a fork road, right? And
like you were flirting with it.
Like I was just like, damn, that's suicide over there. Like that's a crazy road over there. I'm like, I'm good. I'm just gonna go this way because that's a crazy road that I'm not that sad. Like, I'm devastated about what's happening to me right now, but I'm cool. Like so I've seen the road, but I've never walked it. Like, I've never been like, I'm truly depressed.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? And I don't think people understand this, but when people say, like, you actually have to really visualize a lot of things. Like, say, when you're like, you know, when they say when you hit rock bottom, like, imagine.
I think it's your best time, in my opinion. But
I'll get imagine
to that
somebody like giving you their hand and like helping you up. Like, you literally have to imagine somebody extending out their hand and you're taking it and getting up from it.
And I think you take your own hand.
Yeah,
I think so. I think like,
and that's how like I feel like, you know, because you have to first think about it before you embody it. So you have to, when you're like, say if you feel bad, you have to just imagine things that help you get out of that, and then you eventually start embodying them as you imagine them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because whenever you hit rock bottom, in my opinion, I've said this before, I just think that's the best time. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like that and it sounds crazy, but it's like, I think you hit rock bottom because things weren't going, you know, good for you anyway, and you were overwhelmed and you were starting to like become clustered with everything. And I think to hit rock bottom is the best because you'll be at zero and then it's only up from there. Like, it's like you can literally get a fresh start. Yeah. And you have a fresh start and you get to go anywhere now. Like, before you signed up for all these things, and you just like didn't know what to do, and then, you know, life hit you hard and this happened, you know, just things happen. And then when you hit rock bottom, you're like, all right, all that, you detox everything that happened, and then you just go right with the fresh start right there.
Right.
So I just think that, you know, rock bottom is not as bad as people think it is.
Now,
That's true.
do you guys agree? I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Do you guys agree? Like, it's much more like when people say, "Oh, suicide is a coward way out." Like, do you guys agree with that? Like, I remember we talked a little bit about it yesterday.
I don't think it's the coward's way out. I just think that's like fast forwarding. That's like hitting the fast forward on a movie. Like, you straight up fast forward.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, like
because you can't. I don't know. You just can't say. Well, I feel like
like if one of you killed yourself, I wouldn't be like, damn, Daniel's a coward. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even. That wouldn't be my thought. I've never really thought that. I'm more like, I would question like, damn, why'd he do it? You know, like, I'd be like a little doubtful. But coward's a strong word.
Yeah,
like,
it's,
you know, that's just like totally kicking the person while they're down. That's why they killed themselves. You thought they were crap, and now it's like you're still saying they're crap. Like,
suicide,
it's a little harsh, but I don't think so.
Suicide is definite. What the heck did you say? You just said it. It's definitely. Jesus.
Like, I think it's hard to kill, like,
just imagine
to kill yourself, like drown yourself or something, like, dude.
Or
like,
even like, if you guys know 13 Reasons, like, imagine sliding a fucking razor blade down your arm.
See, no, you can't. That's
intense.
That's
like,
you wanna like. And I think when you do death like that, because like, all right, when you shoot yourself, you don't really feel it.
It's quick.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Unless
you die.
fucked up.
Yeah, like you shoot like, you know, the wrong spot, but
Yeah.
damn, then you're really not meant to die. Just be patient, things will change.
Have you ever heard of some dude? Like, I think I heard somebody.
Yeah, because if you shoot here, you don't shoot your brain; it only shoots through the skull.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if
you have to do it.
You shoot a certain spot in your head, it like skids your skin.
Yeah. And also, when I back to like cutting your wrist, for example, that means to me, if you kill yourself that way or try to, that you want to feel something and you're numb on the inside. And because you want to die slowly, like, because you don't just like you'll just like feel all of it coming out of you, and it's just like.
And when you're losing that much blood, you get a cold. From what I've heard, it feels cold and it feels like exhilarating at the same time.
Because a lot of people, you know, you see in high school, like, again, going back to the high school example, that they go through depression, they put knives to their thighs, and they just like want to feel something. It's a feeling. Like, people are so numb.
I never thought about that, but it makes
sense.
sense.
I think it's because they want to feel something so bad that they go to that extent to like, oh God, I want to at least feel pain. I want to feel something.
See,
and I just think that's what happens
when certain people, like, see, that's what I'm saying. That's like say, like, people slit their thighs, right? That's like, bro, you're hitting like level 3. Like, dude, start off like, take a cold shower. You want to feel something? Take a cold shower. Okay, you know, it's not cold enough. Put a couple bags of ice in there. Take a ice bath. You'll feel something.
Yeah. So if someone came to you like and was like really down, you would give them like go through a hard test to break out of. You'll realize, like, you know what, don't do this. Like, you want to put them through something hard.
Yeah, you want, because I knew a guy once. I still know him, and he went into depression. He mentioned to me about you know, suiciding, and then I was like, yo, bro, like, exercise. I was telling him to exercise, and he started exercising. And he felt like he benefited from that. And it, you know, but he was going through at the time, his living situation was pretty bad. But he got through it by exercising.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like different levels. Like, you know, it's like, obviously, what would be a good example? Like swimming a lap, right, in the water. If you can't, you know, I don't know, before you go to like try to swim 10 laps, man, they could just swim one.
Yeah, like I think before you start even like I think if anyone ever came to me and was like, look, I need help, like I'm thinking about killing myself or whatever. I've never had that really, but you know, I've had people depressed but never actually say those words to me, like where they meant it. Like they were like, I'm really going to do this.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, but my thing is I would make them try everything that could create happiness for them. Like he said, working out.
Yeah.
Change the way you eat, change the people you hang out with.
Yeah,
like, you know,
because
you don't like your job, get a different job. Like,
Yeah.
I would like try everything first before you even like consider buying a gun and killing yourself or whatever the case may be.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like you haven't done that, so
Yeah,
why don't you try it?
But then again, and the reason why I'm saying this because people they might not know that door exists. So that's why it's like
yeah,
I want to tell
but
you.
like, it's like I said, you know, like, and it's sometimes it's harsh, but you know that saying is like live your life and let others live theirs, even if it means for them to choose to do that. It's like
It's letting go, man.
It's like if people think about it, but and then they get talked out of it. It's like you didn't really want to do that.
Yeah.
You just needed to be heard or have somebody listen to you or speak about it, and you know you just didn't know that. But the people, you know, there's certain people who just do it, like, and they're just like, bam, like they're not gonna let nobody stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
Which just sucks, you know, for us. But at the same time, it's like, well, you gotta. It's like you got being respectful by, you know, by free will. He chose to do it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you wouldn't just because you care, you wouldn't want somebody.
So do you guys think the overall like theme of why suicides happen, is it mostly misunderstanding? Like the person feels like they're misunderstood, so they feel so out of touch with society that they're like, you know what, I don't feel like I'm a part of life, so let me just take myself out.
What did you say yesterday? You said it's like they something about like your life, like what do you know, wanting something in your life. What did you say?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest,
Yeah.
but I could definitely say that it's just, again, it's just knowing that the doors exist, like, or just trying other things. And I think to like why people, you're saying like why do people feel this way? Like,
Yeah, you
like,
think like overall, is it just like people feel misunderstood, so that's why depression hits? Like, is it mostly a misunderstanding?
Nowadays, it's just a misunderstanding, but nowadays at the same time, there are just people that just want to do that.
And I think now it's a lot more attachment, and what I mean by that is it's like people nowadays more than I think ever. Like in my opinion, again, I could be totally wrong, but in my opinion, is that people look for other things to make them happy more than themselves.
Yeah.
More often now than ever, because it's like they need a person, or they need, like, relationships are higher. You know, more people are in relationships now. Like when you if you go to a party, like now it's like there's couples there. There's not anyone single. Everyone's together.
That's
like
true.
Everyone wants to be together because they're afraid of being alone.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's more attachments now that make people, you know, depressed or suicidal, because like their attachment to that person or that thing, it like that one day or that 1 week or that 1 month, it may not come through to them, and then it creates a domino effect of depression, and they just can't get out of it. And like relationships, a lot of people, relationships are a big one. Like those are the big thing that people like, you know,
they'll kill
that
it.
girl doesn't want me, and it's just like
it.
they can't handle it. Like they just like they lose it. Like it's this person or death, and it's just like,
I voucher.
you know. So
Yesterday I went through an argument with my wife, and I was like, you're not gonna leave me because that's not what you want. I'm sorry. And if you watch this, babe, it's true. That's why
You made her snap out of like a blurry
well,
greatness.
it's
she was
just
looking
like,
at.
you know.
What do you think? Well, I don't. Again, you don't have to disclose this, but what did the argument contain? You don't have to go into personal detail, but if you had to sum it up, like what's the problem? Like what caused the problem for you, the argument that you would say?
Is it because like you're not meeting her halfway with her demands, or is it just like?
Well, there's not really any demands. It's just, I guess it's lack of control, lack of self-control on both ends. Maybe I was doing like, you know, it's like maybe I do something that she doesn't like, and then
You're still like, I want to do it.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, do it, but don't do it all the time.
Yeah, so you're looking at like in the moment. You may not think this overall, but in the moment you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it whenever I feel like, kind of thing. Not, it's my life, and I get that. But with marriage, there has to be some middle ground, and there has to be like, all right, look, like I won't sacrifice this, but it's like I'll bring it down a notch. Like it's all about adjusting the notches. It's not really so much getting rid of them.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So it's just that.
And that's another thing, selfishness. Like you just have to respect your partner's wishes, because while you're in a relationship, you're not going to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing of a partnership. Like, it's like a partnership. Like, look, I'm agreeing. Like, look, I like you. You like me. Let's see if we can make this work as a team. That's the way I look at it. It's a big team effort.
Yeah.
It's a really big, because relationships are hard too. Like it's another thing. Like with death, they're very hard. Like you already have a hard time with your own life. You know, now you're taking on someone else's crap. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh my God, like you had responsibilities, now they just went up a notch.
Ultimately, it's stress.
Yeah, it's stress.
Stress is the number one cause of everything. If you were stressing and you're not de-stressing, you are gonna get jacked up.
Yeah, because I don't think the whole point is to not stress. I think it's to know when you are stressing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
let
Because
it out.
Regardless of like, again, there's.
And this, like, we're talking about overall, like stress.
Yeah, like stress can be
all
like
levels.
Not like, oh, you're complaining all day. It's just like, but there's moments where like you might be nervous, like, oh, I don't know where I am, and you're stressing in that couple of minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's stress.
Yeah,
you know, but it's like, just know when you are and admit it, and then just get it out of you. Like just get it out of your system.
Like, even stress can be, you know, you hold your farts in. You start stressing, man. You don't want to let your fart out.
It could be like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Like there's
you
people
know it's
around.
Gonna stink. Like.
Yeah, very odd example,
like,
but yes.
In a meeting, like,
yeah,
and then the de-stress would
like
be
our job interview, and you're just like, oh, I need this job, and then you just let one rip. You're like, oh,
because you know why? Because that could actually cause you to not get the job, which is crazy. But at the same time, it's like you can de-stress by either letting it rip there.
Me personally, if I'm giving someone an interview and they just let one rip, and they're like, I had to let it go, I give them the job right then and there. I'd be like, oh my God, you went way above and beyond for this interview, like, and you were honest about it. You're killing the game.
Definitely at the top of the list.
Yeah, they're like, you're up there.
Yeah, because you know what? Like from the recent interviews I've had, a lot of people are very robotic.
Yeah, I don't like job interviews. You know? I really, I've done them. I'm very well. They're just the same question.
Really good at
like they're just the same questions. Like, what is your weakness? It's like,
why would I tell? Like, I ain't got no weaknesses. I got them covered.
You know, like it's just the questions are so like irrelevant. Like I just think that
one day you should throw out like a random one. Like, what's your weaknesses? Oh, wrestling sharks.
Yeah, have not mastered that yet. But
I'm definitely weak in that area.
Because like me personally, if I owned a business and I had to interview people, the only way my interview would go is I would make you do the job in front of me.
Yeah,
if you're a janitor, clean right now, and I want to see how good you clean.
Yep.
And that would be the interview.
And
you do a good job, and you're not a killer, like. You're my guy.
Yeah, you don't need to read a paper. You don't have to, like, you don't have to fill out questions.
If you're sitting at a desk, I want to see how fast you type.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'm going to give you 5 papers. How long does this take you?
Yeah.
That may seem like a long interview, but how bad do you want the job?
Or, like, if you're like a
PowerPoint, do a PowerPoint.
If you're, like, answering calls, okay, I'm going to call. You pick up the phone. I'm going to ask you questions, and I want to see how you answer them.
I don't see why it's not like that, because that's why a lot of people don't stay at jobs, because they're like, oh, I didn't expect it to be like this. Yeah, because they were asking what your weaknesses were. It's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, my weakness is I can't hold my farts in like a nurse.
So I don't know.
And then if you're honest about it, you don't get the job.
Yeah, like it's
crazy.
Why'd you get fired your last job? I was late all the time.
And and it's even more crazy that people kill themselves over stuff like that.
Yeah, like again, it seems like we're going to different topics, but these all tie in together. That like people like look at people can't get a job nowadays, and that causes depression, that's sadness. But I think now is the time to create your own job instead of looking for someone else to hire you. I know that's like hard to believe, but you can take whatever you want to do and create your own.
And what he means by that is just like better ways to make money. You don't have to go work for somebody else, or if you can, or you start off by doing that, but still try to find ways to make money.
Yeah.
Another way, like as simple as like a yard sale.
Because that's the biggest stress and the biggest suicidal thing of them all as well is money. Like people just like they don't have it, so they're just like, I'm up to my all the way up to the sky, and you're just like, oh man, I can't get out of this. And it's just like people do that too.
And then people will be like, how do you create your own job? It's not creating. You just find another way to make money.
And okay, let's go deeper into the stress thing. So relationships, jobs, anything could really stress you out, right? So the one key you have to look into is try to find a way where you can exert the energy outside of yourself, because everything starts building up. A lot of people snap, whether it's suicide or just like punch a wall or punch somebody or just do something abrasive.
Drastic.
Yeah. It's a little over the top. It's because stress starts to build up. You're keeping it in. It's like a boil. It's like a boiling point, and you're going to blow up. And you might blow up in a way that's not really beneficial for yourself. So I would say try to find a way where you can find, whether it's breathing technique, whether it's exercising or something, you have to find a way to kind of de-stress yourself.
Or fidget spinning.
Or a fidget spinner.
You know what's crazy too? Like not even like a week ago. Nah, it was like just recently. I actually when I was at work, I actually spat. Because I started exercising again.
Started foaming at the mouth and shit. Like,
I started
I'm stressing.
De-stress.
No, I started like punching. I
Farting
started
and
punching.
shit.
Like dying of
I
Give me my
started-
fidget spinner.
It's that third eye chakra, baby. Spinning that third eye energy, the indigo.
Oh my god, you killed me.
No, but
Dumb.
I actually started like punching the walls in the storage room because I was like, I didn't exercise that day. And
So you want to get an exercise
and
in?
I didn't exercise, and like
Your
I just
boss
know
walks in,
I,
you're just like
I-
wailing the wall.
I spazzed out like,
And I had to get it out and shit.
I was fidget spinning, but I just spazzed out, and I realized I was like, dang, that's bad. And it was funny because earlier that day, the word fiend had been mentioned to me.
That
And
you
I,
were a fiend?
No, just they're like, what's a fiend? And I was just like, a fiend is the next level of an addict.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was like, dang, I was a fiend because like I didn't, I was a fiend to exercise for that one day, and because I didn't, I spazzed out.
Yeah, like fiend
and
is
I
like
became aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not towards somebody, but I just became aggressive towards like wall.
Yeah. I'd say like if my definition of a fiend is like someone who's impatient for their fix.
Yeah.
So it's like because you can be a fiend for coffee, and like it doesn't have to be
That's
a
why
substance like
caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine.
like oh turn on the TV already. I gotta watch the news. It's like oh I'm losing my mind. I'm fiending over here. It's like all right. Go ahead throw football. It's all about football.
That was actually pretty clever. Caffeine. I like that.
Yeah, caffeine.
And people get addicted to coffee.
Yeah. That's a
I
big
like
one.
coffee.
Sugar. All that shit.
Coffee
dude.
in the morning actually is really good to start your day off.
Not a coffee guy, but
I'm not either, but does it work?
Yes.
Yes. Do I think it's beneficial in some ways? Yes. But do I think it's like for me to do daily? I can't because then it does get into a point where I've seen people who drink coffee daily and then they have that day where they missed it
Then they get-
and it's like
They take it out on everybody.
a whole other person. Like
Yeah.
it just totally flips and it becomes to a point where again it becomes your fix and you fiend it and your whole body you rely on it and it's like
And it's
again
not
it
even
becomes
you.
back into
And
attachments
it's
and
crazy.
it's just
It's like your body gets addicted to it. Like,
Yeah.
Your body.
Well, yeah, because you're like a computer. You keep programming it one certain way. It's going to stay like that. When you go out of that program, it's going to fucking just spaz out.
Yeah, because whenever and that's why when I work out, I don't like to do pre-workouts because when I work out with a pre-workout, do they work? Hell yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I can do things like I
Dude,
can add
you
30
do
more pounds. Like
push-ups,
it's
you
cool.
could just keep going.
I'm doing it with one finger. I'm just like insane with pre-workout. But it's like
Yeah.
you're just like one finger and the other hand's not even there. And it's just like
Shit, you're on your boner just fucking doing push-ups. You're like, whoa.
You're planking on your
and I did it. When I first started doing pre-workout, I did a test. I was like, all right, I'm going to do a whole workout and I'm going to track it. And then I'm going to wait a day and then I'm going to do the same workout, but I'm not going to use pre-workout. I could not do the workout as good. I could not do it as good. And then when I started thinking that way, it's like, all right, I'll use pre-workout once in a blue moon if I have no energy and I need to work out.
Yeah.
But I will not make it a daily thing.
That's your emergency.
Because whenever
yeah.
I've done pre-workout or coffee is like it's hard to go to sleep and I have all the energy, but once I go to sleep and I wake up, I'm so groggy, I could sleep for like 14 hours. It's like my body's like doesn't want to wake up. It's like, nah. Even when I'm awake, it doesn't want to wake up.
Yep.
Like, it's like, oh, it's like so sluggish, and I just don't like that feeling. And then it becomes where I fall into this trap where I need it all the time.
And it's
so that's why I
crazy.
can't do it.
And the stress. Exercise is stress. You
Can't
stress
do
the muscle to stress it to make it bigger.
You're actually like literally ripping the muscle. When I found that, I was like, damn.
Yeah, and that's
I need to
why
calm
like
down.
Yeah, you
and that's
are,
why
yeah.
like
You're actually ripping your
I
muscle.
feel like I don't know. I just feel like exercise is actually a necessity in life for humans.
It's stress, like, and it doesn't have to be where you're bench pressing 450 pounds. Like, workouts come in so many different ways. So
Yeah,
you need
like-
to do some sort of exercise, and that's another way to de-stress. Like,
and get rid of like whatever you're thinking about. You process it by doing that.
It's something enough that it's gonna make you sweat and it's gonna make your heart beat fast. Like
Yeah.
you need to do something that's gonna get those two things going for you because that's the ultimate release. It's just a fast heartbeat and you sweating because you're starting to exert the energy.
and again, neither of us are counselors. We don't know.
We're not experts.
We're not experts. Again, I just like to say this because I have a feeling like one day people are like, you told me, like, look, again, this is what works for us, and I just suggest you try it. That's it. I just got to throw that disclosure in there.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
them know, like, we're not counselors. We're not certified in any way of any of that. We're just going through our own experiences,
We're
and this this is what works for us. We exercise, we find ways to de-stress, we fidget spin, we do whatever it takes to not stress.
Because we're humans just like you. So we're going to feel sad, depression just like you. And we found little ways for us to just help it. Because like he said, we all stress. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's immune to stress. We all feel it. But we found little ways to help ourselves, and hopefully it helps y'all.
You have to do different things, like, honestly.
Yeah, switch it up, of course.
It's crazy. People get stuck doing the same thing, which eventually, at first, is good, and eventually
it just dies
more
out.
Stress.
It just dies out after a while.
Dies out. And I realize, too, like, the way I exercise now, I actually can't, like, I used to think about, like, I'm going to exercise every day, but I realize I don't want to do one exercise every day.
Right.
Like, I do an exercise every day, but it's like a yoga, like a stretching.
Yeah, when it came to working out, like I actually, people change their routines every like month and a half. Me, I change it like every 2 weeks, only because I actually get used to it pretty fast.
Yeah,
like my body adapts to it. Like mentally, I'm just like I'm bored of it already.
Yeah,
like I actually like want to do something different. So that's just me though.
For me, it's like every time I do a workout, it's a little different almost every day. I don't try to switch it up, but sometimes my body just feels like doing something different.
The type that you do, you know, like.
And also, like, you know, I know we're going into like exercise and stuff, but you know, take your routine and then do that for a month straight, and then the next month do the opposite. Like do the exercise you do last, do it first, and then that changes everything. Your body will go into a major shock. So.
Yeah, it will.
So
for sure,
these are ways to de-stress yourself.
Yeah, it's a way to de-stress, but it's a good way to de-stress.
Yeah,
a beneficial way, because there's beneficial ways to do anything, and then there's bad ways to do things. You know, because you can actually hurt yourself exercising.
You can.
So you have to do it right, and then as crazy as it sounds, you don't have to do like hella weight. Mm-hmm. You know, you could just do 10 pounds to curl.
Once I saw street workouts on YouTube and things like that, I knew it was like
it's like you have no excuse.
You're just using a jungle gym for like 8-year-olds. It's like well, I don't need a gym membership. I don't need weights, and I need no equipment. That like blows my mind. I mean, I like it all. Like I'm not against weights. I'm not against calisthenics. I like all. It doesn't matter. Like I think all of it works. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, you want to just do push-ups all day? I'm down. You want to like try to curl 50 pounds? Cool, let's do it.
Right.
You want to squat 400 pounds? Let's try. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, it's heavy.
Notice how we said let's try.
Let's try. I'm being honest. Like, you know, I probably won't be able to do it, but it's like,
yeah, you know,
but you never know.
I'll go down. Yeah, I'll go down, but coming back up is a whole other story.
Yeah.
Might not, and if he goes down, you might not ever get back.
I might ever get back up. I mean, literally in that wheelchair forever. It might break my spine entirely, but. Again, these are just ways that we de-stress, and we just want to send this message, and hopefully, because, you know, we hear a lot about death, and like stress is a big factor, and we just want to help.
I'm gonna be honest, like I've been going through a mid-20 crisis, and by
like,
everything
you feel like you haven't done enough?
No, I just feel like life is getting crazy right now, and it's getting even crazier, and then from everything, like all the stuff that's being portrayed on social media and on the news and like all that stuff that you read in here, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't go through this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear any of this.
So it's more of like the outside noise is kind of like tripping you out.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I just have to, it's like, okay, now I have to do more to de-stress.
You're in your tent, you just hear like animals on the outside, you're like, oh my God.
It feels like.
Yeah.
But it's like now I'm like, okay, let me go outside and see if there's anything there.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come back inside. And, you know,
right.
Now let me get a flashlight, and then, you know, like.
And like this video is like a letter you threw out, and just like hopefully someone reads it.
I've told my coworkers I was going through a mid-20 crisis, and I feel like it's like not a crisis, a bad one, but it's actually like life's getting hard. Life got harder. You know, suicides, people that I know, other people passing away. And like just all of those changes are just like, it's pretty intense, and
it's hard.
It's pretty intense.
It's hard.
And look,
I would just say mid-20 crisis, because
we made it this way. Remember that.
We're literally in the mid-20s.
Like
yeah.
we made it hard. Like we make it this way, and I think that the only way it's good that like it challenges us, and we all deep down inside we love that chase, we love that challenge, and that's why it's like this. But we just gone too far with, you know, like you said, all the stuff that's out there now. Like, it's gone a little too far, but
it's gone crazy, dude.
That's why you got to keep yourself intact, and hopefully the message, you know, creates a domino effect to someone else.
Look, and like to bring it like everything together, I'm gonna try my best. Hopefully I don't go on a crazy rant, but
start talking about penguins,
like. Right, but it'll somehow tie in. Watch, I'll make it happen.
Yeah, why are penguins?
Why are they stressing out?
Why are penguins in the zoo where it's not like below zero? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like I would suggest, because the stress is ultimately the biggest thing that leads to depression and then suicide, death, whatever. So I want people to understand, and look, like I said, or like he said, like we all saying, we're not experts. We're not here to preach any truth. We're just here to explain our perspectives and our experiences. From my experience, you first have to love yourself. That you have to kind of let go of any attachment of anything outside of yourself and just focus within yourself. Okay. That is the first step of you really being able to handle the stress that will come into your life. Is really try to tune into who you are. And if you don't know like who you are, like say like, well, that's hard for me. Like I don't know how to go within myself. If you got somebody outside of yourself, a friend, a family member, somebody that can help you, that you feel like you can talk to, but you're scared to, I would say just use that little courage you have within yourself to talk and kind of bring it out to someone you have a little bit of confidence in. It's like try to find somebody, and if you can't find someone, get a pet, go out to nature, try to do your best.
Try all the ways.
All the ways. Just try, check mark, write it down on a piece of paper and be like, all right, I tried a friend, I tried a parent, I tried this, make a long ass list, and just, you never know, keep trying, because possibilities, you never know, possibilities.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What is that one thing that you do every day that has kept you pushing forward every day? That's keeping you going right now.
So just an activity?
Just whatever. What do you do every day? Just whatever it is. Just what is that one thing that keeps you sane and keeps you wanting to push forward in life?
I look at superheroes. All I have to do is look at a picture of a superhero, and it brings me back to what I wish to aspire to and what my goals in my personal life is. And I want to be the best that I can, and I believe superheroes represent that possibility.
Yeah, mine's like pretty much the same thing, but to go onto a human level, like I just think that we have so much potential. And me thinking about like, and this isn't me undercutting myself. It's like I feel like I've done about 0.5% of my potential, and like I have way too much left to do. Like, and I have so much. Like, I can become a superhero. Like, I can do a double backflip if I want. Like, if I really tried, or I just think about things like that, and I watch videos of other people like fascinating things that they've done, and it just intrigues me enough to where like, man, like what is possible for me? Like, it's infinite. And it's just like, that's my motivation every day when I wake up. It's like, what can I do today that could change everything for me, that could make me grow as a person?
Yeah, because I feel like
it's just knowing that I have a lot of potential.
Like, going back to the whole with stress and suicide, I feel like people are missing that. And that's why they do certain decisions.
Yeah, they don't know why they're waking up.
Yeah, they don't know. And that's why, like, it's a good thing to know why you even wake up. Like, what is it that, that one thing? It doesn't have, there's a lot of things, but there's just, like you said, what you think about, how, like, your potential. You're looking at superheroes. Like, for me, I got into the squat stance. Yoga. It's yoga. Uh-huh. Like, I got into yoga, and it keeps me, like, keeps me wanting more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's what you're missing. And, taking time for yourself.
And a quick tip, like, because I know sometimes, as much as you may think your message is clear, sometimes you forget. And I think that wherever you sleep, whether it's in a garage, whether it's your bedroom, whether it's outside, whatever, it's good to keep the things that motivate you in your sleeping realm. Like, if you love guitar, keep your guitar right next to your bed. Yeah. Like, if you love being an artist, have artists all over your walls. Like, I just think that gives a subconscious message, like, this is what I'm here for. Like, this is what I'm trying to do.
That's creating your space.
Yeah, so create your space. I think that's a good tip to do if you ever, like, feel like, man, like, I want to play guitar, but, like, it's like whatever.
As simple as, like, you sleep outside and you circle rocks around your bed, your sleeping bag.
Yeah, like, you could be like an environmentalist, and like you sleep next to a tree, and like that's enough. Like, I love this tree, and like I love the environment. Like, this is my motivation.
And that's all it takes. It's just that one thing that keeps you. Obviously we're humans and we can do everything because we adapt. We don't have time to do everything. We just have time to do the things we really want to do. But we do have time. We do.
That's a good debate. What? I could debate you on that, but that's for another story.
Time to do everything.
Yeah.
It depends. Depends. Majority of the people.
We're keeping it simple.
Yeah. Keeping it
but
basic.
I know where you're going with it.
Keep it simple. This is basics 101. Yeah. Basic de-stress 101. Find that one thing that you really enjoy to do.
Because it only takes one thing.
Yeah, it only takes like they say, it only takes that one step to get you going. It only takes that, the problem is what's going to motivate you to take that one step.
And look, and this might sound harsh, but
Go ham.
It's like
you punch the screen. I don't care.
Like, look, you have to be able to evolve. Life is tough, right? Like everybody could agree, life is not easy. You know, some people might have it easy because they're born rich or whatever. But even if they have everything in the world, it's, as people know, it's not always about money. It's not always about.
Now, evolve. If you don't have a dictionary, we don't have a dictionary, but he just means growing and making a change.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And so I would say you have to be stronger. You have to be as strong as you possibly can. Life is not meant for weak people. And I'm sorry to say that, but you're not meant to be weak. But that's a beautiful thing if you look at it. Why would you want to be weak? Aspire to something within yourself that motivates you. Be the person that you wish you want to meet. You know, it's like aspire to something great, and you know within yourself that you can aspire to that realization. But it takes a lot of work. You got to have patience. You got to have trust. And you just got to have the energy to willingly to get to that point. So it's like you got to understand that life is tough, and you got to be tougher than that. So it's a tough journey, but it's a reason it's called a journey, because it's a journey. It's like it's meant to be a journey. You're meant to experience a full-on experience. And if it was that easy, would it really be worth it?
And to go into like feeling weak, if you're weak, just know you can get stronger. Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always that possibility you can get stronger. So just think like that. It's all perspective. It's about how you view it, in my opinion. So it's like, again, like something that you're going through could be something big or something small. You decide. It's actually not the circumstance. It's actually how you view it. Like, you know, you getting into a car accident and not getting hurt, but your car is totaled, that could be a big deal or a little deal. That's all up to you. Like, you could be like, not a big deal. It's just a material thing. I don't care. I'll get another car one day or whatever. I'm cool with it, taking the bus or bike or for now. Or I'll just rent a car, you know. Or you'd be like, this is the worst day of my life. Like, you know, my dad bought me that car. Like, you could just go into a whole rant about it. And, like, I just hope that makes sense. Like, how, you know, it's just about how you react to the situation.
And by being strong, it just means pushing, like, you know, looking forward to the next day.
And don't compare yourself to anyone.
Yeah, like,
because
never,
that's like,
never.
I think that's like,
you're already weak from that point forward.
I've learned, like, for me, I guess to be strong is to want to live and to look forward to the next day.
It's like, if you
Drop the mic right there.
and it's like, when you, whether you die or kill yourself, you destroy the possibility of what could have happened. Your potential. It's like, who knows what happens after death, but you totally just cut yourself off from the possibility of you reaching something that you never thought was possible.
And I heard someone say this.
Now, we're speaking on the people who choose that decision. Because there's some people that, you know, they just, you know, life happens sometimes and it happens in crazy ways. So that when that happens, you don't have a choice. But majority, you have the choice to do. Most of us do, at least.
You do. You absolutely do. It's just a choice. It's all perspective.
There's no excuse because you're just, you know, it's either do this or do that. So you have to choose one, because not doing anything is choosing to not do anything, which still messes you up. Like,
and you know what's crazy? I heard this from someone, and this makes a lot of sense, that most of the time when people quit or give up, they usually do it right before they were about to do it.
And it's so true.
Crazy.
And it's so true how that's actually a reality.
That is so true. You quit right when you were about to achieve it. You were right there. You were like one step away. Like, it's like, I seriously think when you start to doubt yourself and think you're going to quit, I think that's the time where you should go harder. Like, go ham. Like you're almost there. Like, you are at the brink of flying away with it all. Whatever it is, it's like, I heard that from someone, and like, it's not a quote or anything, or at least I don't think so, but I heard it from someone say that, and it makes so much sense, and it's so true. It's so true.
It's so true, because before you have a major breakthrough, it's the toughest challenge you've ever had. Like, whether it's in a video game before you reach the next stage,
it's reading a book.
Yeah, like in movies, you can see like, oh man, like when the main character, the hero, is at like his lowest point in the movie, and then right when he's about to give up, all of a sudden he just rises, and
the momentum.
That's the whole best part of the movie.
Yeah,
and that's the best part of your life, if you just take when you're about to give up and not give up.
And look, if you say you have nothing, like, so you're like, I'm trying, like, nothing's inspiring me, I got nothing to look forward, like, nothing's helping and shit. It's like, look, the best thing you can do is talk to someone. We're humans, and it's like, if you have nobody to talk to, if you listen to this or see us, hit us up. Like,
Another vibe.
Look, we're not fucking
Yeah,
gurus. We're not anything like more special
But
than
we're
you
willing
are.
to talk with you. That's
Exactly.
all we're saying.
We
You know
have
what?
an open mind.
And in these days, there's like no way you cannot talk to somebody.
It's really hard,
unless you choose not to. But other than that, you know, if you don't have somebody to talk to physically, there's social media.
And I know it's hard. Look, communication is the hardest thing in the world. I know this from experience. It's hard.
too.
It's hard to get out what you feel. Like it's really, and it not only to let it out, but to really find the words to really explain yourself.
Yeah, that's the
so.
hardest.
If that's hard for you, don't even be scared. Just let it out, and somebody soon or later will come around and be like, okay, I might have not understood everything, but I'm feeling what you're saying. Let's go deeper. Like, let's try to really figure this out. Somebody in your life, if you're seeing this, it could be one of us or it could just be somebody else in your life. Just give it a shot. Pull that courage out of you to really just push yourself to just one more chance. You know, that's it. You know, it's like, and it starts loving yourself.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about like not being able to express yourself like verbally or with like words, right? Mm-hmm. It's like we got emojis now.
Yeah. Now we just give an expression like
I know, right? Like, like, and then you just be like,
because it is easier. Like a facial expression is much easier than putting it into words.
That's why all those emojis are here, and it's crazy because I saw this like they said like back in the day they used to cavemen used to draw on walls. It's like, well, we're not drawing on walls, but we're using emojis to. We can use emojis now to communicate.
on a Facebook wall now.
Yeah. On a status bar.
But I do want to wrap this up, and because I know you guys have things to do. But you could give one last. You guys can give. You know, the guest usually gets to get like one last message, but you know, you both can.
I'm just gonna say, because I'm going through this now. If you're stressing, find a means to de-stress.
Find your de-stress.
Find your de-stress. Please.
For me, I would honestly say spend as much time as you can looking at yourself in the mirror. In some way, really explore yourself. Like, really look deep into yourself. Really understand whether you have to write it all down, record yourself, do something to really look at yourself honestly. And I do believe the more you understand yourself, the more you'll understand things outside of yourself. So if you first understand the base of yourself, because without you, there is no reality, because you are the imagination of yourself, I believe. You know, that's a whole nother thing. But it all starts with you. And if you can really try to understand yourself as much as possible, the outside world will start to make a little bit more sense, and you'll be much more capable of going through it, through life just in general. So I would say try to really be self-love, man. Just be unconditional with yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just really try to understand yourself.
Yeah, no, I'll just say just find the thing that makes you happy, and if you've lost it and you can get it back, try to. And if it's lost and you can't get it back, move on and find the next thing that makes you happy.
Yes, sir.
And, I mean, that's the only thing I can say, because your happiness can lead you to, again, your infinite potential. So with that, we love you guys from Another Vibe. Thanks, Carlos, for coming on. Hybrid 17. We'll put his channel down below, his Instagram as well. You can check him out. He has a YouTube channel as well. So
for sure.
With that, we love you guys. Peace.
And remember, laugh. Laugh is a big one. Look at things that make you laugh. Just laugh at yourself. Don't take life so seriously. It's fun. When you really let go of judging things, it's fun. You know, so.
But it's crazy.
Late.